Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Wanderer Wednesdays. Today I'm going to be talking about collectible items in games. These can range from collectible weapons to just random junk that it sends you on a huge fetch quest to get. And the main question I'm kind of asking in this episode is, are they a good way to spend your time? Because obviously we're taking the assumption that playing video games in general, we're all pretty happy to spend our time doing that. It's fun after all. But are collectibles good or bad in games? Now, there's a bit of a divide between proper collectible unique weapons and items which actually buff you properly, and just collect 100 feathers in Assassin's Creed 3 or something I think it was, to get an outfit, and it takes you hundreds of hours to collect all of them because they're everywhere, and oh god, there's so many. So I'd say, as a base argument, collecting unique weapons will appeal to some people, but the one that's a bit more divisive is collecting just huge numbers of stuff just because you're kind of told to, and you're like, yep, this is a fetch quest that will last the entire game. And quite often that's viewed as just an empty way to crank up the time that's played. So the marketing for the game will say, over 1,000 hours of content, and 500 hours of that is you trying to find that one collectible item that they've hidden, wedged in between a rock in the furthest corner of the map that you never go to, which isn't great. But plenty of players do enjoy collecting things, just in general, and especially unique items. Think about it, there's a lot of people out there who want to get all of the uniques. I hear people semi-regularly talking about doing a run where they collect every Daedric item in Skyrim, or all of the named uniques in Fallout. It's something that's quite enjoyable to do, and feels like a real achievement in and of itself. Back in Final Fantasy 8 and 9, I wanted to get a complete card collection, and that really added to the enjoyment of the games for me. It wasn't just going through the story, killing things, la-di-da-di-da. I very regularly spend entire play sessions just playing cards to unlock more cards. And it wasn't even just unlocking all the uniques. I wanted to get better cards and duplicates of good cards I'd got already so that it was easier for me to win better cards, and it became a whole game in and of itself. And it changed what would have just been a straightforward 40-hour story arc into well over 100 hours of playing in each playthrough, just where I was, as well as all the basic levelling, I was going, okay, now today I'm going to play cards for the entire day, because that's all I want to do. But there's also the argument of how do you incentivise collecting items? Because it's easy to go, just collect all these, but if there's not a reward, why should we do it? It's a pretty obvious question to ask. Now for me personally, I think the reward depends on how difficult the collecting item is. If you're asked to collect 6 items in a small area, or one example I think of is in Borderlands 2. There's a mission in Liarsburg where you have to collect 3 or 4 echoes, and you just get a bit of money and a bit of XP for that, because they're all just in the first proper location of the game. You just wander around, find them all, it tells you a bit of story, gives you a bit of that to go with, and gives you a very small reward, but it's an incredibly quick and easy quest. So there's not really a big need for it to give you some wow factor reward from it all. However, if you're collecting dozens of items spread across the entirety of the game, especially if it's in locations that you won't unlock until later, or you have to go back to certain levels or certain areas to get to a location after, if you're doing that, I feel you need a pretty great reward for it. At that point, it really needs to be a unique weapon or something really amazing that buffs your character. Unique armour as well, something unique I'd say. Give me a unique item or weapon that you can't get otherwise for collecting hundreds of things, and I'll accept it. Otherwise, I just see it kind of as a waste of time. Why take up so much time collecting all these things if I just get basic rewards? I'm happy doing a small fetch quest for basic rewards, but if you're going to do a massive one, I want something amazing. But this is just a quick little topic, because most importantly, I want to know what's your take on it. Are you happy to just have more stuff to do within games, or do you think it's a bit of a waste of time? Leave your own opinion down in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I do lots of open world games, and there's going to be a lot of Fallout 76 on the channel, either is already or is coming out, depending on when this video releases. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Sarge out.